Events going on around the Susquehanna Valley.
And this afternoon, we're in downtown Lancaster at the Demuth Museum, previewing a big event they're throwing this Thursday.
News 8's Lori Burkholder shows us.
Hey, how are you guys doing? I am in a room to give you a preview of all this beautiful art. It's going to be up for auction Thursday. It benefits the collectors, the artists, and the Demuth Foundation itself. We are actually in the Demuth Museum. Anne Lampe is here with us because not only are you with the Demuth Foundation, but also the Lancaster Museum of Art.
Yes.
The auction is Thursday, one of your bigger fundraisers of the year.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about the art that's going to be auctioned off.
There are some wonderful pieces included in the collection this year, donated by collectors and artists, and they get 80% of the hammer price back. Up here we have a Gail Gray, our mayor Rick Gray's wife, who's a wonderful abstract artist, and we're excited to auction that piece off this year. Then we have a photograph by Fred Albright, and we're including more photographers this year, which is very exciting. And then our Abby Rudisil, who's another local favorite abstract artist, and this is just a gorgeous piece by Abby. And then everybody's all-time favorite local artist, David Broombach, and here's a wonderful farm scene that he did as well. So these are going to be auctioned off on Thursday.
Some of the many pieces. How many pieces are we talking about?
83 total pieces.
83 pieces, and this of course benefits the Demuth Foundation, but the artists themselves, because a lot of the money still goes back to them. Supporting the arts is what it's all about.
It is.
All right, we are just touching the tip of the iceberg, and because I know there's some more pieces in the other room, we want to give you an idea of what all you can enjoy at this auction come Thursday night. You can also go to the Demuth website and take a look at the preview there. So we'll have much more to come in just a few minutes, but for now,
Thank you.
send it back to you.
Thank you, Lori. Next,
Previewing an art auction happening this Thursday in Lancaster.
News 8's Lori Burkholder has more from the Demuth Museum downtown.
I am with Anne Lampe because she's the woman who is all about the art that's going to be auctioned off Thursday, benefiting Demuth Foundation, the artists and collectors. Anne Lampe, thanks so much for being with us. Talk about all the pieces of art, because we're talking how many numbers?
83 pieces.
83 pieces.
Yes.
And some of them are very interesting. I know you want to highlight a couple.
This Hattie Bruner is just so wonderful and unusual. A local folk artist, much beloved, and you can just tell the fun of the winter scene and the children ice skating on the frozen pond here in Lancaster. And then we have another local artist who's much beloved, the Newswangers. And they really captured Amish life. They lived among the Amish people and captured the children and the butchers and the different
What kind of medium
folks.
is that, Anne?
So the one at the bottom is gouache, and the other two are prints above, etching prints. And then we have Bill Early, who was a great leader at Armstrong in the design department, and unfortunately has passed away, but a wonderful artist in his own right up top. And then Constantine Kermes, another wonderful artist who won many awards, and he worked at New Holland. So a lot of our local companies using designers. And then below, Mark Workman, who's still alive and painting these wonderful photorealist paintings here in Lancaster.
That's really good. And then we have a Hershey, right?
Jerry Hershey, who's a great abstract artist here in Lancaster, and we're so lucky to have so many talented people and very talented people here in Lancaster.
This Lancaster always surprises me because we have so much talent when it comes to art, food. I mean, we have so much going on in the downtown area.
We do. It's a wonderful place, a Renaissance kind of place to come and visit, and we're lucky too. At the Demuth Museum and the Lancaster Museum of Art, we get lots of out-of-town visitors.
And it's nice to support the local artists. And in fact, we have another piece I want to share with everybody coming up. So we're going to kind of tease it right now because it's something that if you've been through downtown Lancaster, you might have driven past it a couple of times. It is also going to be up for auction. So I'll leave that at that, and you'll have to check back in a couple of minutes, find out what I'm talking about. Back to you.
Some of the art that you can buy yourself this Thursday at the Demuth Museum's annual art auction.
Now, the auction's happening at the Elks Club downtown and features artists from the Susquehanna Valley and around the country.
News 8's Lori Burkholder has more.
All right, if you've driven through downtown Lancaster, you probably noticed this neon sign, Here to Timbuktu. It was a store, and now the woman who owned that store decided she's going to go ahead and donate this to the auction. Anne Lampe, you're over here because you're going to tell me a little bit about this, because it's going to be part of the auction to benefit Demuth Foundation.
It is. The Here to Timbuktu sign, the neon sign that has been on Prince Street for years and years, was donated, 100% donation to us by Maura Fitzgerald, and we're so excited to auction this off. We think it's going to be a great art piece to put in someone's special place in their home, and we're very excited to have it as part of the auction this year. It's an unusual thing.
It is. It's been such a staple of Lancaster. Talk about some of the other art that's going to be up for auction Thursday night.
So we have Hubert Fitzgerald's Dragonfly, which is one of his most famous prints. And again, he was another Armstronger in the design department there, just fabulous. Below that, we have Claire Giblin's photograph of Freedom Tower, which is just, wonderful, for the nation to have our Freedom Tower up in New York City. And then we have an Alexander Calder, a piece from a collector and an out-of-town artist, a Philadelphia artist.
Okay.
A Dave Moss, a wonderful abstract piece by that wonderful artist who taught at the Pennsylvania College of Art and Design.
So something for everybody, and a Sook
And a
Shugley.
Sook Shibley portrait of David Brumbach, so unusual and just really fabulous by Sook.
Well, I know Sook used to be my next door neighbor back in the day, Anne, so I really appreciate her work. So a lot of different artists that are going to be featured in this auction. Of course, again, details Thursday night at the Elks.
Starting at 5:30.
Okay.
And if you'd like to see the preview, you can go to Demuth.org, our website, and see it.
Okay, but we're not done. Anne's got another signature piece she wants to share with you, so there's more to come. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Bang. Well, this afternoon, we've been previewing the 19th annual Demuth Art Auction happening this Thursday in Lancaster. Tickets are $15, which includes hors d'oeuvres and a cash bar. News 8's Lori Burkholder wraps things up for us.
This is the 19th year, by the way, for this art auction that benefits the Demuth Foundation. Anne Lampe's with the Demuth Foundation, also the Lancaster Museum of Art. You've been filling us in on all sorts of beautiful pieces that are going to be up for auction Thursday night. A couple more we want to highlight, and we want to get to a big piece too, so go ahead.
Absolutely. Up top is a piece by Anne Lampe, one of Lancaster's most wonderful watercolorists, and it's a view of Prince Street from Grant before the Ware Center was built. Just exquisite sky in that. And then below is a photograph by Christine Welch, another local photographer who has a national reputation, and look at that sky.
That's beautiful.
It's really wonderful. We're excited to be including more photographers
I'd like to
this
show
year.
photography a part of it. Now, this is a really neat piece. This is a highlight piece, right?
It is. It's a major piece by David Brumbach. It's a black mask called Escape from 1986. And it just shows David at his highest powers of artistic expression. And he did the frame as well. So it's a really unique piece to have David's handmade frame.
And David Brumbach, he's from the area, so his pieces sell for quite a lot of money, too.
They do, yes. Last year we sold one for $42,000. We sold things for $24,000. It's amazing.
Wow. All right, so if you want to be part of this auction, it is the 19th year they've been doing this, a big fundraiser for the Demuth Foundation and the artists and collectors. Thursday night
at the Elks Club, beginning at 5:30. Come and have a preview, and then the auction starts at 6:30 with an auctioneer from Pook and Pook Auction House.
Wow. So if you want to look at the pieces again, they're online right now.
Yes, they're at Demuth.org, and you can preview the auction there.
All right, so you heard it here. There's a lot of great pieces up for auction. Of course, this all benefits Demuth Foundation, the collectors, and the artists themselves. So we're going to send it back to you.
Well, tonight we're in downtown Lancaster for a big event that the Demuth Museum is throwing this Thursday.
Here's News 8's Lori Burkholder with a preview.
I am in the Demuth Museum surrounded by beautiful pieces of art that are going to be up for auction on Thursday, and this will benefit a lot of different folks, the artists, the collectors, and the Demuth Foundation. I got Anne Lampe here with me because you're with the Demuth Foundation, also the Lancaster Museum of Art. And this auction coming up Thursday is a pretty big deal.
Oh, it's one of our biggest fundraisers of the year, but what's unique about it is the artists and collectors get 80% of the hammer price back. So we really do it to support the community and support our artists. And
Which Lancaster is so good at doing.
we are very good at it here, yes.
Now, we're looking at some of the pieces. Talk about the collection, where these pieces come from, the amount of pieces that are going to be up for auction.
So we have 83 pieces up for auction this year. Most of them come from artists and collectors locally, and one of our main artists this year is David Brumbach. David's work sells very well for us, and we've got some really key pieces this year. This piece of Central Market, and then the piece showing East Orange Street looking west. And it's just beautiful. He was a master of watercolor.
And he was from Lancaster, so a local artist.
Yes.
And these pieces fetch some pretty big money too, right?
They do. Last year we sold one for $42,000.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Now you can preview, since there's so many pieces that are going to be auctioned off, you can preview this on the Demuth website?
Yes, Demuth.org.
Okay, and the auction itself will be Thursday at the Elks. Gets underway what time?
5:30.
5:30. All right, so you see it here, a preview of all the pieces that are going to be up for auction. Lots to enjoy here at the Demuth Foundation. I'm Lori Burkholder in Lancaster for News 8.